Imposter syndrome. Oh, if you're an entrepreneur, I know you know what I'm talking about. Now, in this video, I am going to share with you 3 ways that you can obliterate imposter syndrome so that you can get on video. These 3 ways are: 1, a mindset hack that is going to help you completely shift the way that you see imposter syndrome. Number 2 that I'm going to share with you today is an antidote, a total antidote that will defuse, mixed metaphors there, the antidote to your imposter syndrome. And number 3 that I'm going to share with you today is the one action that you need to take to push past your imposter syndrome so that you can share your message, get on video, and have that impact that you want to have in your business. Now, I'm going to share all of that, but before I do, I want to address this because I want to be really, really clear about something. Imposter syndrome is not only happening to you, it happens to every entrepreneur at some point, right? So these tools that I'm going to share today are really critical because you may not need them right now, but you want to have them in your back pocket for the next time imposter syndrome comes up, right? Even the most confident people in the world suffer from imposter syndrome. It's part of the entrepreneurial journey. So that's why I thought it was so important to share it with you today. I know that it gets in the way of creating video because I have helped hundreds, thousands of women through my video confidence camp get more video confident. And one of the things that they say most often is that the reason they're not doing video is because of imposter syndrome, right? So that's why I want to share these with you today. So let's dive right in. Let's get to that number 1 thing, the mindset hack that will shift the way that you think about imposter syndrome. It's as simple as this. It is a mindset shift. It's a paradigm shift, right? One of the reasons we feel imposter syndrome is because we're thinking to ourselves, who am I to share this information, right? I'm not all that. So we get in our own way thinking about what this video is meaning about us, how it reflects on us, right? What people might think of us. And that's where the imposter syndrome comes from. So what if you shifted completely away from thinking about you and instead think about your viewer? Think about that ideal customer who needs this information, who is sitting there dealing with the problem that you solve with your business, and they are thinking, I need some kind of solution. They're waiting for your message. So when that imposter syndrome comes up, I'm not saying deny it. I'm saying park it for just a moment and think to yourself, what if the video I'm about to create, the one that I'm not doing right now because of my imposter syndrome, is the one video that someone out there needs to hear? Is the one video that someone needs to experience? The message is what they need in order to take that next step in actually solving their problem, right? Because we're all in business to serve. We're all in business to help people solve their problem. That's what we do. So when you switch, when you do that paradigm shift, it makes a huge difference. It makes it so much easier to do those videos because suddenly you're not doing those videos for you. You're not doing those videos for who's going to be critical of what you do, if there really is even anyone who's going to be critical of what you do. You're doing the video for that person that you want to help, that person who needs your help, who needs to solve their problem. This is so powerful when you think about it. And it's one of the things that we actually cover in my video confidence camp because so often video confidence runs up against this imposter syndrome, right? So this is one of the tricks I teach in the camp on Mindset Day. All right. So this is why I wanted to share it with you today because it is a powerful way for you to deal with that imposter syndrome. Now, the next thing that you can be doing, and this is my antidote and it's my little secret weapon and I'm sharing with you right now because I want you to be able to get past your imposter syndrome. So first things first, shift your mindset. If you're still coming up against resistance, I want you to prove yourself wrong. In fact, I want you to prove the person, the little gremlin in your head telling you that you're not suited to do the video, that imposter syndrome, prove them wrong, okay? Prove that voice wrong. And the way that you do that is by looking at the work that you've done, right? I run into imposter syndrome. People are always surprised when I admit this because I come across as very confident. But the truth is, I deal with it all the time. So what I do is I actually have a Google document where I collect all kinds of nice things that people have said about me, right? When I run my video confidence camp, I get lots of comments about how much it's meant to them. I grab those, I put them in that document. I call it my kudos collection, right? It's my bank of good karma. And what I do when I come up against my imposter syndrome is I go to that document and I read some of those comments. And it makes me realize, hey, I may be doubting myself, but all of these other people would have to be wrong. So who's wrong? My inner voice or all of these people? Right? And even if you don't have a lot of clients who've given you nice comments, you know that you have expertise. You know that you've been through something. You know that you started your business for a reason, right? So all of those things can go into your kudos collection and keep it for, because it really is that antidote when you need that extra boost to obliterate that imposter syndrome. So in fact, let's just take a break. I'm gonna share with you in a second the last step, which is going to be the one action you need to take to push past imposter syndrome. But before we get to that, I really want you to take a second right now and comment. I want you to comment. I want you to share one of the kudos that could be the antidote to your imposter syndrome. Something that proves that imposter syndrome wrong. Something someone has said to you, some kind of qualification that you have, right? Put that in the comments. I'll share one with you. I have an entire section. I even broke it out, a bit nerdy that way. I like to organize things. So I have an entire section in my kudo collection that is one thing. It's the thing that people say most when they're complimenting me. And it's this: Valerie is the real deal. And I just have a bunch of the exact same thing over and over from a bunch of different people who have worked with me in a bunch of different ways who say, Valerie's the real deal. So anytime my imposter syndrome comes up and I think to myself, what do I know? Who am I to share this information? I go to my kudos collection, I scroll down and I go, oh yeah, look at that. 20 people said Valerie's the real deal. I must be the real deal. They can't all be wrong. So put that in the comments. Do yourself a favor and remind yourself about how much faith other people have in you. All right, now to the very last thing that you can do to obliterate your imposter syndrome, and that is take this action. Be brave. Be brave and go for it, right? Sometimes the imposter syndrome, even when we apply the antidote, even when we do the mindset shift, that imposter syndrome can be, a little bit persistent. This is when we need to be brave. This is when we need to do it anyway. This is when we need to look at imposter syndrome and go, yeah, I see you. I get you. I hear you. I know you've got a good argument. I've been listening to you for a long time, but I'm doing it anyway. Push past and be brave. Now, I know that that's hard to do, but just think of all the brave things you've already done. You've already started your business. You've already shared your message. You've probably already created a website. So this is just one more brave act. Now, bravery gets a little bit easier when you have a little bit of confidence, right? It's like these scales. It's easier to be brave when your confidence is up, right? Which is why it's so important to constantly feed that confidence, to constantly be boosting your confidence. And it's exactly what we do in the Video Confidence Camp, right? We work a little bit every day for 7 days straight on one little piece of video confidence, so that by the end of the camp, you've doubled your confidence. And by the end of the camp, well, that imposter syndrome is long gone because your confidence has made it possible for you to be brave and push past it. It is in the dust. So I will put the link in the comments for the Video Confidence Camp. The next one is coming up on October 20th. It's 7 days, so October 20th to the 26th. And by the end of the camp, you will not only have a video to share, you will have the confidence to share it. And that imposter syndrome, long gone. All right. So join the camp if you can. If you're watching this after October 20th, then still click that link in the comments that I've pinned, because it'll let you know when the next one is. Now, to recap, to get past your imposter syndrome, remember to shift your mindset from this being about you to this being in service of your ideal customer. Your videos aren't for you. They're for your audience. All right. Number 2, create your kudos collection so that you can use it as an antidote and prove your imposter syndrome wrong. And number 3, be brave. Build up your confidence so that you can push past your imposter syndrome and do it anyway. Do it scared. Be brave. And if you want some help with building up that confidence, like I said, I would love to see you join the Video Confidence Camp coming up October 20th to the 26th. And the link is, of course, pinned in the comments. I hope this has helped you. And more importantly, I hope I get a chance to work with you personally in the Video Confidence Camp. All right. We'll talk to you soon.